Setting the scene. So here I've got what in UK gardening we call a polytunnel, and the goal here is, I'm told that's not the right height where I have the cursor here. The right height is this. I thought, okay, let's try a proportional edit. So let's turn the snap off, let's turn the proportional edit on in its default of smooth. And so I highlighted the top edge, and then I thought, okay, I want to do a G in a Z direction. And the circle, which kind of dictates some of that stuff, so let's try moving that around. And it started to work, but then as I scrolled it, so this is me scrolling it up, the mouse wheel. This is me scrolling it down, that is back towards me, the mouse wheel. And as it gets to a certain point, the floor starts to lift up. It's a nice shape, but the floor starts to lift up, and I don't want that, because when I move that back down, it's not going to be the right height. So that's no good. So then I thought, oh, actually I've never really tried anything other than smooth and sharp here. So I'll go to the thing that actually gave me the result that I wanted, which is inverse square. So if I again go to that top edge and do a G and a Z, and sure, I can play around with the see, I don't know what causes, at what point it says, right, I'm going up in the air now, that floor. It's not doing it right now, and so the goal is to get to that. I don't know what triggers the fact it says that it's clearly not at that point. It's something to do with the scope of the circle, evidently, except it doesn't appear to be doing it right now. But regardless, for my polytunnel, the inverse square that gives me the right shape. I have no idea why in these terms inverse square, unless it's just describing a shape with the shape of the curve, and I suppose that's what it is. It just kind of happens to coincide with the shape of an inverse square. It's not doing anything that is inverse square, I assume. I don't know. So that's inverse square. Let's take a look at sphere. So we're on the sphere, and now I'm going to do the same again. And I'll do a G and a Z, move it up, and actually that's a pretty good shape as well. That's a very good shape. I might prefer that to the inverse square. So that's looking good. I've got a root, same process, G and a Z. That's okay, but a bit sharper than the other ones were, but might be appropriate in some situations. Let's have a look at let's take a look at what sharp does in this context. So again, highlight that, G and Z. Interesting, okay. Do a Control Z. Linear, G and Z. Let's just move for fun the wheel in and out, which is clearly lifting the floor off in this case. Now move the mouse itself up. So that's that one. And constant. Let's take a look at that. G and Z. So there's a lot of, because in the beginning I was actually trying to select more than, or in a desperate attempt to get things to yield to what I wanted, I was highlighting more than one edge. Then we have a random, highlight the top G and a Z. Yeah, there's random. Okay, so pretty useful. That's it.